Every single day, we're all building something we can't even see. It's this massive, invisible archive of our lives, built one click, one scroll, one tap at a time. So let's dive into this and really explore the digital shadow we all cast.
So here's a question for you. What does your data do when you're not looking? I mean, when you put your phone down, your data is just getting started. It's being sorted, analyzed, and put to work. But for what exactly?
It builds a second you. No joke. All those little scattered bits of information are being pieced together into this incredibly detailed profile, a data-driven version of you. It's what a lot of people are starting to call a digital twin.
Okay, so how in the world does this archive get so huge so fast? Well, it's because it's woven into the very fabric of pretty much everything we do online. I mean, just think about your day so far. That quick scroll on TikTok this morning, the photo you shared on Instagram, the message you sent a friend. According to a recent Federal Trade Commission report, every single one of these interactions is a new entry into this ever-expanding archive, a brand new data point. But here's the thing. What are you actually sharing? Because we think, oh, I'm just sharing a picture, or I'm just liking a post. But the data being collected goes so much deeper than the stuff we actively choose to post. So what's really happening in the background?
And this is where the official definition really matters. The FTC defines personal information in this incredibly broad way. It's not just your name and your email address. No, it's a huge web of data that can all be traced right back to you, or even just to your device.
And just look at how broad we're talking here. Your physical location from your phone's GPS, your entire browsing and search history, biometric data, yeah, like your face or your fingerprint, even your private messages and photos. It's all scooped up, often without you even thinking about it, all under this giant umbrella of personal information.
So with all this raw material, companies don't just store your data in a vault somewhere. Nope, they use it to construct that remarkably detailed profile we were just talking about, your digital twin.
Think of it like this. On one side, you've got the curated self, right? That's the version of you that you want the world to see. Your best photos, your polished bio. But then, on the other side, there's the digital twin. And that FTC report reveals this is built from inferences, from educated guesses. They don't need you to state your income or your relationship status. They deduce it from your behavior, from the websites you visit, from the whole shebang.
And that's really the crucial point here. Your digital twin isn't just a record of what you've shared. It's a predictive model of who you are, built on what you've done. It's like a portrait of you that you never even sat for.
All right, so this digital twin doesn't just sit around gathering digital dust in some database. Oh no, it is the fuel for the powerful algorithms that shape our entire online experience. The process is pretty systematic. First, the algorithm just gobbles up all that personal information we just saw. Second, it uses that data to infer your attributes, your interests, your demographics. Third, it predicts what you'll do next, what you'll watch, what you'll click, what you'll buy. And finally, boom, it serves you content perfectly tailored to keep you right where you are.
But why? Well, the FTC report calls this market commercial surveillance. The ultimate goal is to hold your attention for as long as possible because your attention is the product being sold to advertisers. The more engaged you are, the more valuable you become.
So this brings up a huge question. What does it mean for our autonomy when our digital world is so perfectly curated for us? Are we really the ones in the driver's seat?
This quote from the Information Ethics Journal really gets to the heart of it. We feel like we're discovering things on our own, but our path is often pre-paved by these complex systems. The choices we see have already been filtered for us. It's a powerful illusion.
Okay, look at this number. 4.8 hours. What do you think that represents?
That is the staggering amount of time teens spend on these platforms every single day. This isn't a casual activity. It's a huge part of their lives, all spent under the constant influence of these engagement-driven algorithms. And the concern is very real. The FTC explicitly states that this constant algorithmic engagement poses unique risks to the physical and mental well-being of young people. This isn't just about ads. We're talking about real-world health.
Now, this picture can seem a little bleak, but the conversation is changing. There's a growing movement to shift the balance of power back to the user, back to us.
We're seeing this clear legislative trend. It kicked off in a big way with Europe's GDPR, which gave people concrete rights over their data. California followed suit with the CCPA, and now the very FTC report we've been referencing is calling for a similar law at the federal level in the US.
So what does the future look like?
Well, one of the ideas being floated is a digital identity assurance framework. The core idea is to create an ecosystem where governments, tech firms, and privacy regulators all have a role. The key shift? Moving from a model where companies hold all your data to one where you control your own digital identity.
The ultimate objective here is to transform the whole system, to go from a model of passive surveillance to one of active, empowered control over our own digital identity. It's about building trust.
Which leaves us with one final big question to chew on. Philosophers talk about the extended mind, the idea that tools like our phones are becoming literal extensions of how we think and remember. So, if our minds now extend into these digital spaces, who owns that territory? Who owns that piece of us? It's a question we now all have to answer.